During a busy morning in London, writer Dan Wolfe meets a beautiful woman after she is hit by a car. On their walk back from the hospital, they stop by Postman's Park. Dan asks her name, which she gives as Alice. A year later, Dan has written a novel based on Alice's life. While being photographed to publicize it, he flirts with the photographer Anna. They share a kiss before Alice arrives. While she uses the bathroom, Dan tries to persuade Anna to have an affair with him, but their conversation is cut short by Alice's return. Alice then asks Anna if she can also have her portrait taken. While being photographed, she reveals to Anna that she overheard them, and she is photographed while crying. Alice doesn't tell Dan what she heard, and their relationship continues, but Dan spends a year brooding over his interest in Anna. Another year later, Dan enters a cybersex chat room and chats with Larry, a British dermatologist. Dan pretends to be Anna and invites Larry to meet at the aquarium, where Anna told Dan she often went. Larry goes to the rendezvous, where he by chance meets Anna and learns that he is the victim of a prank. Anna tells Larry that Dan was most likely to blame for the setup. Soon, Anna and Larry become a couple. Larry meets Alice 4 months later at Anna's photo exhibition, whom he recognizes from the photograph of her on display. Larry learned about Alice and Dan's relationship from Anna. Dan persuades Anna to join him in his endeavors. They cheat on their respective lovers for a year, despite the fact that Anna and Larry marry halfway through. Anna and Dan eventually confess the affair to their respective partners, leaving their respective relationships for one another. Heartbroken by her loss, Alice becomes a stripper once again. One day, Larry runs into her accidentally. He asks her real name, and she tells him it is Jane. He asks her to have sex with him, but she refuses. Later, Larry and Anna meet for coffee. She asks him to sign their divorce papers, and he bargains with her. She agrees to sleep with him, so that he will sign the documents. Anna and Dan later meet, and after she reveals to him that the divorce papers have been signed, Dan realizes she has had sex with Larry. She claims she did it so he would leave them alone, but Dan is furious and does not trust her. Later, a distraught Dan confronts Larry. Larry informs him that Anna never filed the signed divorce papers and advises him to return to Alice. Alice takes Dan back, and they plan a vacation in the United States. They discuss how they met while celebrating their reunion. Dan asks her if she had sex with Larry after bringing it up. She initially denies it, but later admits that she no longer loves him, and that she slept with Larry. Dan apologizes, but Alice insists that it is over and tells him to leave. Larry and Anna are together at the end of the film, and Alice returns to New York City alone. A shot of her passport shows her real name to be Jane Jones, revealing she lied about her name throughout her 4-year relationship with Dan, but told the truth to Larry. Dan returns to Postman's Park in London and notices the name Alice Ayres written on the tiles of the memorial to heroic self-sacrifice. The final scene, which is similar to the first, depicts Jane walking alone down a New York street. Thanks for watching. To catch all the latest from us, subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified as soon as a new video drops. We'll see you in the next one.